Happy Thursday. Let's go ahead and talk about some SoFi news, baby. Woohoo! All right, so if you are new here, I'm a raging SoFi bull. SoFi did drop a little bit of news, and we did get a very sharp push higher as soon as market opened, which is always great. So I'm going to be talking about SoFi, talking about the broader market in this video. We have a lot of things really happening, not to mention some good, some bad, and my perspective of where things are going. I'm also going to be covering if I think that this might be the bottom for SoFi, because we're going really head on with a psychological level, which is going to be 20 bucks. Okay, $20, you got to remember, $20 is a big psychological level. Anthony Noto, our fearless leader, ended up buying 2 days ago, March 2nd, 3 days ago. So I got Anthony buys pretty much down here. And for me personally, I have built 2 SoFi positions on 2 different accounts. I got SoFi shares coming out of my bum right now. But I'm also picking up bonus shares as well, too. Because, well, if the market wants to play games with a phenomenal growing company, I'm just going to be picking up bonus shares and nibbling on in. But there will be a point in time where, hey, my bonus shares are just not going to be... I'm going to be getting more value in other plays rather than constantly buying bonus shares. But anything below 20 bucks is really eyeing my attention, and that's just for me. And that's primarily because of what the stock has done since their earnings. They have literally, but then again, a lot of other stocks as well too. It's not just SoFi, but SoFi is in its own world in the banking sector. Obviously, we are very much in a software sell-off, a semiconductor sell-off, chip sell-off, AI fear, CapEx spend-off as well too. SoFi is really revolved around interest rate cuts. So obviously we're not getting any interest rates cuts anytime soon. Maybe we're going to be getting like 1 or 2 this year, but 3 or 4, it's more than likely not going to be end up happening. But we just been on a waterfall since earnings, and this earnings was a blowout. It was amazing. Amazing earnings that they had, and this coming earnings are going to be even more spectacular. Okay? So SoFi did drop some news this morning. It's honestly really nothing too gigantic or kind of like really too big in a way. Pretty much 2 days ago, talking about SoFi and MasterCard's partners. We already a little bit new of that news. Sorry, can't talk. Hold on. Throat's a little bit raspy. Water cheers, by the way. I keep things real on this YouTube channel. We already knew about SoFi and MasterCard partnering. It's nothing really too like kind of like a unheard of a partnership. Same thing with this, basically talking about the stablecoin infrastructure. As for this though, I do want to cover this really quickly. And I am on StockTime, which is really good. It's a free website. You just kind of really gotta bear with all the advertisements, especially if you want the non-paid edition. But if you are going to be doing this a lot, or rather paying attention to a lot of news, maybe subscribe for the ad-free. So, pretty much on here, March 5th today, 09:15 a.m., talks about Templum. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. A leading infrastructure provider for private markets and SoFi, and the one-stop shop. If you're unaware of what SoFi is, it is a bank, but at the same time, it's like a Walmart per se. They are not a bank as you go to in person. They are a bank all online. And they offer so many different services, and their business model revolves around tech, okay? A lot of Wall Streeters are trying to say, well, let's just price SoFi as a bank. That's the bear argument. However, the bull argument is if you look at their earnings, their lending department and their lending revenue is nowhere clear to accelerating as their tech services. Their services that they offer to you, such as financial services, many other services as well. It's pretty much an ecosystem. So you go to them, you sign up as a bank maybe, or maybe you take out a personal loan, or maybe you refi your student loan, or maybe you go and get a mortgage with SoFi. They're going to have other services for you to spend money on. Just kind of like you go to Walmart maybe for, let's say, grocery shopping or something, right? Well, I'm doing grocery shopping. Oh, yeah, I kind of busted my my cell phone case. Hey, guess what? Walmart has a electronics part of their store. Walmart has a clothing department. Oh, man, you know, my shirt is kind of busted, right? Maybe I'm getting a tattoo and I need to buy a new shirt because a tattoo is very messy, right? Something, right? Walmart theoretically is a all-in-one shop, so SoFi in that aspect is the same too. Find me another bank on the planet that does the same thing as SoFi. Find me another bank. There are none. What does that mean for SoFi? It's a disruptor. Okay, major disruptor. So, okay, so Templum, blah, 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 blah. I just want to read through this very quickly. This is honestly nothing gigantic, but it is good that the company is really posting constant news. 3 offerings will be available. Latest Costco's, fun, OpenAI. Yep. You can also, SoFi is also a broker app as well too. Like I said, you can do basically pretty much every single thing financial. And they offer financial services too, where if you have money just laying around, you can essentially just literally, it's kind of like, let's say you have money sitting in your savings account. SoFi can theoretically say to you, hey, you do understand that whatever money you have in your savings account, if you move it over into this area, you could theoretically be making more on your capital. It's a financial service that a lot of younger people are very much into. I'm a millennial, but it's very popular among Gen Z. And to sign up, I'm not being paid by SoFi at all. I'm just a raging SoFi bull. But I mean, once you sign up for SoFi, the amount of different things that you're offered is tremendous. Okay, so this basically this news right here. It's nothing really too sexy in my opinion. It's just more news that is really coming out. As for SoFi as a company, we really don't have like any major catalysts other than maybe something that's like under the table. But then one of the things that Anthony Noto stated was that he was going to be buying shares if they are not looking at acquiring a company anytime soon. And he acquired shares, so I'm assuming that they're not looking at acquiring a company anytime soon. So we're not really getting any big catalysts, which means SoFi is just probably going to move with the broader market. And we're just going to be in this weird limbo up until earnings, essentially. Or unless maybe SoFi comes out with something different. Maybe Anthony Noto continues to buy his own stock, which the guy does have a history of doing a cluster of buys, essentially. But right now, I mean, oil is really spiking higher, which is not good. And the reason why oil spiking higher is not good is because it signals that it's going to be a recession indicator. Why is it bad for oil to go up? Because it affects everything, okay? If oil goes up, that means gasoline prices are going to go up. What also goes up? Well, if truck drivers are spending more money, then they're also losing money as their salary. They're going to be spending less money. But it's not just about the truck drivers and people filling up their tanks at the gasoline. What about companies? What about companies with very large factories that need gasoline to operate their factories, right? What about them? They're going to be raising prices as well too. So you got to think that oil, or rather the price of oil going up, it affects everything. So this is kind of really a recession indicator. But it isn't going up by randomness. It's going up because right now we're in a frigging conflict in the Middle East. So as long as the conflict ends, hopefully relatively soon, which I'm hoping and praying it does, then you should see this theoretically really come down. And a lot of companies out there do price this in and saying, okay, this is a very short one-time, deal. Obviously, we know why the price of oil is going up. Okay, we can definitely understand this. It's not going to be too long. But if this continues to go up and up and up and just continues to climb, you're going to be talking about inflation very much returning. Okay, like back in June 2022, the price of oil was very, very, very expensive. Then we basically started collapsing. Then we went back up. A lot of fears. Then we went back down, went back up again. A lot of fears. We've been trending down, but now we're breaking out of a lot of past levels, which is really scaring people. Because the next big level to really get past is obviously $80 per barrel. Once we get past 80, we're at 84, 85-ish, another 5%. And then we're going into the high 80s, which is going to be scary for a lot of people. What if we go all the way to 90s? Back during 2023. So this is kind of really scaring a lot of people. And it's really affecting inflation. It's affecting data. It's affecting everything. But as for keeping it on SoFi right now, we could very well be looking at somewhat of maybe potentially, hopefully, a bottom. We are definitely below all the moving averages, below the 50, 200, 100 day. The RSI is 38, Relative Strength Index. So, I mean, on a technical analysis point of view, SoFi has a lot of room to really rally. But the whole thing about it is if we get a rally, is the rally going to be a fake rally? Are we going to trend back down? Or is it going to be real? And are we theoretically going to maintain a new level of support? Hopefully really back into the mid to low 20s. So I'm going to be talking about SoFi more definitely later on as this journey continues in the next upcoming days. If you enjoy my content, definitely subscribe here for more. Me as a SoFi shareholder, when SoFi really dips below areas, like if SoFi is going to dip, honestly, below, even below, like in the low 18s, maybe I'll pick up some more bonus shares. But if you've been following me for a while, I got shares of SoFi out my wazoo, and I am so bullish on this great, phenomenal company here. But we just really got to wait and see what happens. We have a lot of stuff happening in the Middle East. Software is somewhat a little bit recovering now, which is semi-good. And it's kind of really funny because the whole fear around software companies and AI, software companies being eliminated by AI has really moved now to the Middle East. So it's kind of shifted tides a little bit here. Not too sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but hey, a lot of these software stocks, they're kind of very much the green. All right, everyone, I got a shorter video for today for everyone. Like I said, kind of really SoFi focused. So tomorrow I'll be posting another video as well too. Tomorrow we do have some government data coming out. What is tomorrow? I know tomorrow is a key date. Unemployment rate is coming out tomorrow. This is going to be really big. Unemployment rates coming out tomorrow. This could definitely move the market. So stay tuned for that episode, and I'll see you all tomorrow with a brand new video. Later.